Good evening. This is an IELTS speaking test, and I'm going to be your IELTS speaking examiner for today. My name is Dana Bahitova. Could you please tell me your full name?
My full name is Batırkhan Nurdolat.
Okay, and what can I call you?
You just can call me Nurda.
Okay, Nurda. This speaking test will consist of 3 parts. In the first part, I will ask you some general questions about you. And let me first start by asking you about your occupation. Can you tell me, please, do you work or are you a student?
Well, to be honest, I'm kind of a gap year student. I've got a part-time job, and I do participate in a couple of courses as well. So, and generally I took up this work to meet my basic needs, like to have pocket money.
Okay, and can you tell me a little bit about your home? Do you live in an apartment or in a house?
I live in an apartment in the center of Astana, in a left bank to be precise.
Okay, and what do you like about the place where you live in?
Well, I'm particularly passionate about generally the place. I really love the infrastructure. I'm kind of person who loves urbanized places with everything around, with all the amenities and etc.
Okay, let me ask you a few questions about tidiness. Would you say you are a tidy person?
At least I'm not that scruffy person. I don't want to be like control freak, but I love when my surrounding is kind of structured as well. So I just love when everything is in its place, but I'm not over perfectionist.
Okay, and did you used to keep your room tidy as a child?
I wouldn't say so. I had always been very rebellious child, and in my childhood in particular, all my room used to be very cluttered, and everything was not in that place, in the right place. So my mom even didn't care about my room. She used to just skip my room.
Okay, and how exactly do you keep things tidy?
There is kind of a basic rule for me. I just put everything back in place. I do not do kind of general cleanings or something like that because it takes time. And I do not spend a lot of time at home, so I do not care about the tidiness at home, in my workplace only.
Okay, let's talk about parks. Do you like to go to parks?
Yeah, I do love it a lot. But sometimes it is quite complicated to carve out time for like devoting a couple of windows for just going out, simply because I'm out as do with all these tests that I've got now. So I love it, but no.
Okay, and when was the last time you went to a park?
A couple of weeks ago with my sisters when I decided that I have to find the work and life balance, but it was the wrong decision because I just skipped all the deadlines.
Okay, and let's talk about cars. What type of cars do you like?
I'm not that car buff, let's say. I do not love particular types of cars, but being kind of accurate, I would say I don't know, maybe Jeeps. They would be comfortable both in the city and the countryside as well.
Okay, what color car would you choose to buy?
Having always been a person who is quite, quite intelligent and at the same time have calm personality, I would say I love kind of the combination of beige, white, or something dark, since it reflects my personality traits.
Do you think car colors are generally important?
Zooming out a bit, for some people it might be, but generally I don't think that it matters a lot, since you haven't got that black car, and in summer it might be very boiling inside. For some people it might be, because I do believe that generally the choices that people do in daily basis is exactly what actually shows their personality. For example, red colors can be a meaning of very sharp mood, personality, while the other ones mean others.
Okay, this is the end of part 1. Now we'll be moving to part 2. And now we'll be moving to part 2. In this part, I will give you a cue card, which has a topic. And I will give you 1 minute to prepare for the topic, and then you will have 2 minutes to talk about it. Here's your pen and paper, and your 1 minute starts now. Okay, your 1 minute is up now. I will give you 2 minutes to talk about the topic, and you may start speaking now.
Okay. Now I'd like to talk about the technological problems that I faced many moons ago. With hindsight, I would like to give some background first. My father had always been a person who has great capacity of knowledge, and he used to know very well how to raise up a child in the right way as well. So it started from that point. I very loved cars when I was a child, and I would tap everything that I saw. And in the car once, I was tapping the infotainment system a lot, and somehow I managed to make it broke. And after that, my father saw it. I was so devastated. I thought that I'm gonna be that he is being turned off by me, and generally he was let down. But apparently he didn't say nothing. And indeed, he just told me that you have to fix it by yourself, regardless how much time does it take. And at that particular moment, I realized that I have to do it by myself. I watched a variety of YouTube videos where I saw how to fix it, and right after I somehow managed to fix that. Even though I was in hot water for quite a while, he just let me be inside for a long time. And at that point, he managed to nurture a love of learning and generally doing something by yourself only. And actually that was the turning point in my life when I understood that the things that you do, you should take the responsibility for that and actually solve it, so you cause no problems for other people and take a charge of yours.
Okay, thank you so much. This is the end of part 2. Part, I will ask you some more general questions related to the topic that we talked about before, which is technology and communication. What are the differences between the technology of the past and that of today?
Technologies are improving with an alarming rate since it has been introduced, and nowadays technologies are more of a tool that is used for making the processes that human beings do much easier and generally automate them, whereas in the past technologies used to solve such problems that human beings couldn't. Yeah. And I guess that the main difference is that nowadays people use their knowledge and actually use technologies for making them easier for themselves, while in the past it was not the case.
Okay. And what are the differences between making friends in real life and online?
That's also a question that is being begged for quite a while. And I believe that if we make friends online, it can cause some repercussions in the future. First of all, whenever we talk to someone online, it is unlikely that we are going to share some interest with them. It is not a fact that we're going to have something in common. And those kind of friends are met by coincidence, let's say. Whereas if you meet friends face to face, then you kind of got to arrangements with particular purposes. For example, volunteering projects, scientific projects, or the ones that sports, for instance, as well. So, and one more thing, that whenever people face each other, then they have emotional bond. They will treat themselves emotionally. So it means that they will have better connections than those who talk to each other online only.
Okay. Does technological development have a negative impact on communication among people in general?
Could you come up again?
Okay. Does technological development have a negative impact on communication among people?
Yeah, but I have to go a bit deeper. Technological advancements are a common case nowadays, and one of them that I would like to mention is social media. Social media is kind of a stepping stone that can be used for both benefits of individuals as for bad for them. And social media, but nowadays cannot be utilized by those who are young in a proper way. And because of that, social media kind of creating some benchmarks, kind of creating some standards among people. And because of that, the standards of friendship is rising as well. And whenever people, for example, talk on social media, which is a case of technological advancement, then they are likely to not be aware of emotional situation of an individual. So they cannot support, they cannot understand and listen properly, which is not going to last long, which is not going to make the friendship last long.
Okay. And do you think technology unites or separates people?
Totally depends. Yeah. It's like a poison. It can be used both for the benefit and for both. It's kind of a double-edged sword again. Some people can utilize it in a way so it can benefit them. For example, by using technology, people can unite by, for example, in tech companies. Tech companies do provide those people with great technologies, albeit they might not use them properly. So whenever people talk about technologies, they have to consider the fact that technologies should always be something that have to be used in the right way.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nurdolet. This is the end of your speaking test. In quite a moment, I will start giving you your feedback. Okay, Nurdolet, feedback time now, and I will start giving you feedback part by part. So let's start with part one. I don't have much to say about your fluency and coherence in, all three parts. So that's solid 9. But we will have some, points to talk about in part 3. Don't worry about that. But yeah, overall, it's 9. Don't have much to say for parts 1 and 2. In terms of lexical resource, it was almost perfect. Couple of things to note are first of all, with the word boiling. So as you know, this is one of those extreme words that we use, and that's why, do you need to say very before boiling?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Did I?
What could be the alternative for very in this case?
Absolutely.
Exactly, right? Absolutely boiling, extremely boiling, and so on and so forth. But that's a minor mistake, so don't worry about that. Choices that people do. What do you think? Yes. Thank you. Okay, I have one thing to clarify in terms of part 2. When you were talking about technological problem that you faced with, you mentioned the word make it broke. Did you mean when
Broken.
you just broke it? Okay, so that's something to note for a lexical resource then. But overall, because you managed to use really good and advanced vocabulary like double-edged sword and some topic vocabulary with part 2, I think I could potentially give you a 9 for lexical resource. Now let's talk about grammatical range and accuracy. Some slips, very minor ones. Let me start with I have always been a child and blah, 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 blah. Well, since you are no longer a child, what would be
I said I had always.
Okay, my bad. Good. Another thing, he didn't say nothing.
Yeah, that was.
I think you did notice that yourself because you wanted to correct yourself, but you didn't. And I was like, okay, he knows what he's talking about. All right. What would be the correct version of it?
He didn't say a thing.
He didn't say a thing. He didn't say anything, right? Or he said nothing. Nurture a love for learning.
Nurtured a love of learning.
Love of learning, exactly. Okay.
Did I say
He said nurture a love for learning. That's why
really?
I'm correcting it. But yeah, and last but not least, social media creating. And you use the word creating not within a complex sentence, like as in participles, but you used it as a simple sentence. And that's why, do you really say creating in this case?
No.
No, right? Okay. So because we have a few errors like this, that will downgrade your score a little bit to 8.0 for grammatical range and accuracy. And for pronunciation, I am giving you a 9 actually, but I have a couple of points to make. So when you were talking about your favorite type of car, which was?
Jeep.
Yes. Do we say Jeep or
No,
do we say
Jeep.
Jeep? Yes, exactly, because there's like, there is double E in there. And what about the color? Do you remember the color?
Did I say something?
Beige,
Beige.
right? Okay, so make sure, yes. And what about the word month?
Month. Did I say wrong?
I think you said months or something like that.
I've been working with it.
Okay, so that's very minor, and I didn't notice any systematic errors with pronunciation. Your intonation was quite good, so I think I could still give you a 9, but not a solid one though. Overall, we could round up to 8.5, which was a very good performance. You should be proud of yourself. I know you're super hard on yourself. Please don't be. And this is actually a solid 8.5. It's either lexical resource and pronunciation, but I think potentially both could be 9.0. So very good job on there. I hope that people in the comments will agree with me, right? Okay, this is the end of your speaking test. Are you happy with the feedback?
I'm happy with the feedback.
Thank you so much. Осымен біздің кезекті IELTS Speaking емтиханымыз өз мәресіне жетті. Егер сіздерге қызық болса, міндетті түрде біздің YouTube каналға тіркелуді ұмытпаңыздар. Алда тағы да осындай шығарылымдар болады. And by the way, Нұрдәулет біздің оқушыларымыздың бірі, егер де дәл сол сияқты 8,5 деңгейінде, тіпті 9-дан 0-дің деңгейінде сөйлеп үйренгілеріңіз келсе, мына жақта описаниедегі сілтеме арқылы өтсеңіздер болады. Бізде IELTS курсы бар. Сонымен қатар 0-ден бастап оқып жатқандар үшін де бізде деңгей көтеру бойынша курстар бар. Соларда өтіп алдымен одан соң IELTS-қа дайындалып бастасаңыздар болады. 10 біліммен бірге бірінші болыңыздар. Біз сіздерді күтеміз.